Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver and today we are playing Mask. Now before we get into it, I just want to let you know that the second giveaway for 700 gems is live. It's over there on my community tab, so just feel free to navigate over there and leave a comment to be entered to win a code for 700 gems. That'll be drawn tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. But yeah, we're playing Mask today. I'm a big fan of Mask. In general, my Mask games don't go very well. They're kind of cursed, but I do feel like it's an incredibly powerful hero. I have it in my S tier on my tier list. You can see that in the description if you're curious. But yeah. Also, I did a video explaining why my tier list is the way it is. So feel free to go watch that if you are curious about my my reasonings for the tier list, anyways. But yeah, anyways, I think Mask is S tier. I just think the amount of options you get is incredibly powerful. I think just having more options in general is incredibly powerful. The more options you have, of course, the more skill testing the game gets, but also the higher likelihood you have to come out on top, I think. All right, we're gonna fire off our first stream here, and because we have the double Wizards familiar plus a chicken, I think we're gonna go with Waddle. I think Gwen and Apocalypse are both great first stream targets, though. But I figure since we can get the golden familiar immediately, I think it's worth going for Waddle here. And also, I mean we had the chicken, but we ended up taking the shepherd sling. So I figured selling down for the ranged character was a little bit better on board anyways. So we didn't hemorrhage too much damage. And we kind of got beat up by eggs early in the game, and fortunately we managed to take that egg out though. But yeah, lost a lot of health to eggs, which is a little bit unfortunate. One of the reasons that I'm really not a big fan of egg in general. If you're a frequenter of my streams, you'll hear me complain about eggs a lot. But yeah, I won't go into detail about that here. But yeah, so we pick up a couple pairs here. We get a second stag, we've got a second crafty. We're gonna go for the reckless wager. We've got a decent amount of stats with our shepherd sling, in addition to our crafties and our golden familiar. So I figure it's worth it here. We're gonna lock this mouse, even though we're going into 4. I think it's worth it. We could have sold a couple things and just taken the mouse here, but decided against it. So opponent managed to transform their Polywoggle in combat, which is always a terrible sign. So we unfortunately do take a bunch of damage there. We don't win our reckless wager. But yeah, I mean our health total's still fine. We're still in top 3 here, top 3 boards anyways. So things are like, we're a little bit worried about health, so we are going to take secret stash here, just because we're not exceptionally strong or anything. Even with the shepherd sling, the shepherd sling basically has fallen off already. So yeah, we're taking sacred stash there, and basically we're just going to hope that we get some extra gold and we can minimize damage if we're going to take another loss, which I think we will. This is a pretty poor 4.0 board, unfortunately. We didn't really add much to it. And yeah, we're against Phoenix Angel. Phoenix Angel is always very powerful in the early game, just because they're allowed to take experience so much more aggressively than any other hero. And yeah, we do lose. We do pop our secret stash, but keeps our health total moderately high still. We're at 24, so like we're definitely not in a great spot, but we're not like hemorrhaging too badly here anyways. Okay, so we got another level 2 treasure here. It's between magic runes and Hermes boots. I think we're gonna go with the Hermes boots just because like there's a decent likelihood that we triple a 3 into a 4, and we didn't really want to do that. If I'd known that we were going to find the mouse, then maybe I would have taken the magic runes there. Also, because we have the crafty, I wanted to take a permanent treasure just to add to more stats for the crafty. So that's kind of what tipped the scales in the favor of the Hermes magic boots. I mean, getting a 5 over a 4 probably would have been much better there. So a little bit of regret, but overall, I think they were pretty close. We're going to pick up a monster book here on 4.1. We do have this golden familiar, so that's gonna add some amount of stats anyways. And we cast our second dream, but it's a little bit late in the turn. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait until next turn to make our decision here. All right, we managed to win this combat against a tiger who has a locked chest, which is very scary, of course. And yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any hand space. Otherwise, I think Gwen would be a great pickup here. But I think we're gonna go with the Fates. We're gonna be able to take a Fated unit. Like, it's gonna take a few turns to like triple it, but we are gonna get a guaranteed triple. So I think that ends up being worth it. And also, we can take this experience and go to 5 and look for a level 5 to have as our Fated unit. Consider the Baba Yaga, but without any other Slay, Baba Yaga is not exactly where we want to be. We would really, really like to find a Lancelot. Lancelot would be an excellent Fated unit. Robin would be incredible. Maybe even Nian would be worth considering as a Fated unit. Also, we took a Gloves of Thieving just because we don't have any direction whatsoever right now. So we're hoping that that Gloves of Thieving will kind of give us some things that'll give us some direction, or give us some characters that'll give us direction. Opponent has a lot of stats over there. It looks like we're gonna finish their Nutcracker quest for them, but we do manage to win the fight. They do have a treasure map though, so that's a little bit concerning. Again, now we're still on the hunt for a character to fate. We're at 5.1 here. So again, Lancelot, Robin Hood are ones that I would consider. But we are against bottom board here, so we're just gonna fire off experience. We're gonna go to 6, and we're gonna find a level 6 Fated unit instead. We're gonna lock this coin though. It just adds to our spell count. It gives us free stats for our familiar. So of course we're gonna lock it there. To get their Copium Slay. This Shadow Assassin has really been attacked into a lot. We do take a loss here, but we do minimize damage to the best of our ability here. We're gonna make some room for this Golden Monster Book, which is fantastic. I mean, it contributes to the us scaling our familiar, as well as it does not trigger our fated unit. We've been what's two full turns without taking a fated unit so far. So a little bit awkward, but we have taken some experience with like minimal downside, and there's a unit that we can take as a fated character. We're going to take this good boy. That's going to give us some direction. Doesn't fit with our monster book, but that's okay. Once we get a few more good boys, then I mean, obviously we're gonna have to pick up other good characters as well along the way, but yeah, that's definitely a good comp defining unit to have fated here. This is pretty late in the game for us to have Stag on our board still, so that's a little bit awkward. We got a really good Lightning Bolt there, taking out their ranged unit, and then we handle the rest of their board. I mean, that was the Ghost, but still, it was still a good Fireball, or a good Lightning Bolt, I mean. We're definitely going to take Sting. We're out of Shepherd Sling. Sting's going to work really well with Good Boy. Unfortunately, the fated Good Boy didn't show up in this shop. I'm not sure if it gets transferred to the second shop, but we do find it here. I'm not sure if that's just a fortunate hit for us, or if that's actually our fated Good Boy. We're gonna swap out our Shadow Assassin now, and we're gonna play this Good Witch that we've been holding on to for quite a while. Our Good Boys get quite a few stats here. And we put a bunch of stats onto our Herc. Our Herc can get there in 2 shots now, which is fantastic. And there's a Golden Siren, and they steal our Herc, but we do get our treasure from the Herc. But we also take a whole bunch of damage there. Although we get our level 6 treasure, so it's kind of a trade-off. not a great one for us, but okay. So we found Pandora's box. We've got a ghost fight. We got to take the Pandora's box. I think we're going to take Embiggening Stone, and we're going to get out of the Gloves of Thieving now. I mean, because like with Embiggening Stone, like the things that we take are just going to be bigger than the things we steal. So I think that's worth it. Ninth book doesn't really do anything for us, and wand is definitely just like more of a tempo treasure. Like if we were just trying to find, if we were in our last, like if we were heads up with someone else, then that would be very good. I mean, there's a evil twin, which could have been good to make two evil good boys, but we end up adding a friendly spirit and a court wizard this turn though, which are some solid good units with some extra stats because of embiggening stone. This ghost has a black prism. Fortunately, they never found crystal ball here. Looks like they got black prism right before they died, because their board is pretty small for a bunch of wizards, or a bunch of mages, I should say. Trying to figure out what Morte is. They're good aligned, so I assume they're going to be good boy. But we got a mirror out of our box, which is absolutely fantastic for us here. With our good boy already, as well as a friendly spirit, like yeah, we're very well set up for mirror. Also, court wizard is really good with mirror because we just get extra royals on our front line that can give us bonus attacks. We're gonna change heroes. We're gonna lose some stats from our golden characters, but I think it's worth it. Horde Dragon seems like it might be the pick here, but I think Trophy Hunter's a little bit better. Since we already have our mirror, I don't think we care too much about trying to find level 7 treasures. I think just giving ourselves the chance to slay with this good boy is going to be just more valuable. We're going to lock another coin here. Not that it really matters, but I mean it's free, so we do it anyways. Unfortunately, that shrivel takes out our support. We do not get that slay with our first good boy. But the second good boy does slay, giving a double buff there, and then our friendly spirit slays as well. So we're going to get another double buff and handle this opponent relatively easily. They do have a Hand of Midas though, so that's going to add a bunch to their stats, or a bunch to their power level. Probably next time we see them. There's a Robin Wood, but I don't think we're taking that. Alright, we're going to take a pair of Beresteins here. We're going to get out of this Good Witch support. So these Beresteins, they're going to make the good boy bigger, as well as when the good boy gets resummoned with mirror, it's gonna increase the stats by a ton. As you can see, it jumps up to 91 attack there. But we still managed to not slay with our 91 attack good boy, unfortunately. Attacking into that hippocampus there. But I mean, we get a ton of stats onto our backline here, and yeah, just like the stats that we get from the mirror boy is just enough, even without any slays. We get another ghost fight here. Only slightly tempted by the knighthood on the Berestein, but I don't think that's necessarily part of our long-term plan, anyways. Like we'd be fine to cut Berestein if we can get a good ranged backline. There's a TLK, which we could TLK something here. We could TLK, say the Herc, just to see if we get a relevant good character. But pretty high risk. I mean, like against the Ghost, like we could make a high risk play like that, but I decided against it here. I wouldn't mind putting more stats onto the good boy. I do roll past a Baba Yaga, which I think may have been a mistake. Like I maybe should have just taken it there and like waited for a Beauty's Influence, or just throwing it behind the good boy. I think might have been worth it, because that also enhances the attack of the good boy, and Berestein does double that bonus when it gets resummoned. So yeah, that might have been a mistake for sure. We could have cut one Berestein for a Baba Yaga, I think. There's Lady of the Lake, which I do kind of want. I mean, supporting my my good boy is obviously very good, and having good ranged characters is very, very good. So I think we are going to take that. We would really, really like to find another good boy at this point, but we are going to take another court wizard, and actually we're going to put it in over the Lady of the Lake. I mean, just because we're going to get a bunch of summons from our bunch of royals from our mirror summons. All right, we get that second sleigh with Good Boy. And yeah, we've got a ton of stats. I mean, we managed to take out probably their most crucial pumpkin. So we're in a pretty good spot here. We get a bunch of bonus attacks here, taking out everything but their Cupid. Our core wizard attacks our own Herc and gets a bonus attack off of its own attack, which is kind of neat. And yeah, opponent has seen enough. They decide they can't beat Trophy Hunter with Mirror, and yeah, we take down the lobby there. So yeah, again, maybe a mistake to not take Baba, but I mean, we made really good use of the court wizards anyways, and we were slaying pretty consistently with our summon, not necessarily with our upgraded version of Good Boy, but still, we were still getting a ton of stats out of them. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Leaving a like lets YouTube know that it should recommend my content to more people, and I would greatly appreciate that. Again, giveaway is live now on my community tab. Go over there and leave a comment, and you can be entered into the draw for 700 gems. But yeah, that's it for today. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.